So I remember not that long ago, and I'm pretty sure it's still there, called the Make Everything Okay button. And you click it and it says, making everything okay is in progress. And there have been times in my life where things haven't been okay and I've gone to the Make Everything Okay button and I've clicked it because I do think it helps, This week, honestly, everything might not be perfect, but it is going in the right direction. So that's something. We have the planet of love and abundance, Venus, moving into the sign of Scorpio. Now, if you happen to be Scorpio or Scorpio rising, or for that matter, Taurus or Taurus rising in particular, that's actually lovely news for you because Venus is either moving into your sign or moving into your love zone. If you don't know what your rising sign is, find out for free at moonmessages.com/free chart. And, wherever Venus is for you now is where you're going to get love and abundance and all good things, especially because December 5, Venus is actually going to be making a harmonious connection to the planet Saturn, which is absolutely lovely. It's like a blessing. So we've got Venus, the planet of love and abundance, harmoniously aligning with Saturn, the planet that's about longevity and being serious and commitment and doing things long term and so on. So it's sort of like a time where it's a really good time to make plans, make financial plans for your business, but also on a personal level, it's a really nice time if there's someone in your life that you love and you want to make things more serious or get to some kind of commitment, or even if you want some kind of, increased stability in your life. And then we're going to have Neptune, the planet of confusion, which has been going backwards for quite a few weeks and months now. On the 6th of December, Neptune is going to start moving forwards again in the sign of Pisces. Now, what this suggests as well is having Neptune going backwards can mean there's been a period of confusion, you haven't really known what's happening, you've had to live with uncertainty. So now as Neptune changes directions and starts to go forward again, there's a very good chance there could be a bit more clarity coming your way. If not now, then very, very soon. And then we also have this week a really nice link between the Sun and Chiron. The Sun is the focus, it's also our ego. Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron is about us. Sometimes it can be about putting our foot down and saying, I'm not going to put up with that. That's as much as I'm going to take. And it's about drawing a line in the sand. But it can also be about healing, a lot to do with healing. So there is healing in the air this week, especially around December 8th, which is the Friday. So as we go into the weekend, it can be a healing time. And also adding weight to that is the fact that Mercury and Jupiter are meeting up around the same time as the Chiron link on the Friday. Mercury is the communications planet. So whenever Mercury is making a harmonious alignment to Jupiter, for one thing, if you've been struggling with someone and you don't know what to say and it's all a bit awkward and weird, that will make things better on Friday, especially actually on Thursday night, but also Friday, depending on where you are in the world. And also it makes it so it's easier to talk. You can have that difficult conversation. Hopefully, Mercury to Jupiter like that can literally translate as good news. Hopefully it's good news for the world. Hopefully it's good news for you and me on a personal level, that sort of thing. But definitely the week ends strong. And then we actually get Venus, as I said, the planet of love and abundance on the 10th. That's Sunday. So that's the last day of the week before next week's podcast will kick in. But Venus harmonizing with Jupiter, Venus, love and abundance, and Jupiter, all good things, all positive things. So it really looks like quite a nice weekend. A nice week and then a nice weekend, which is really good because, it has been rather up and down lately. I know a lot of people out there have been suffering. So, this is a really positive kind of turnaround this week. And I just wanted to give you a little bit of advance warning for next week. We are actually going to then go into a Mercury retrograde next week in the sign of Capricorn. So if you know where Capricorn is in your chart, that's where you're going to have some second chances, but also potential for a bit of confusion. More about that next week. I really would encourage you, if you're into manifesting, to just make a note of the fact that this week is overall positive. So stay positive. do your walking in nature, do your meditations, do your chanting, do whatever you do, your oracle card, your journaling, whatever you do, just try and stay centered, your yoga, your tai chi, tapping. Try and stay as centered as you can and get yourself kind of back in alignment, especially if 2023 has been tumultuous for you, because the more in alignment you are, the better a manifester you are going to be. And speaking of manifesting, this week my guest is the amazing manifesting teacher Sarah Prout, who I'm a huge fan of. If you're listening on the audio podcast, don't have to do anything. She's about to come up. If you're watching on YouTube or watching anywhere else, there is a separate video featuring Sarah. Sarah and I had a really lovely chat a couple of weeks ago now about manifesting, how to make it work for you, and also about, how manifesting teachers like Sarah cope when life sends you a curveball. How do you stay positive in the midst of chaos? How do you stay positive when things are difficult? So it's a brilliant interview. She's a brilliant teacher. I really love Sarah. I'm very grateful that she came on. If you're watching, I'm afraid you need to click on the other video. Have a beautiful week, and I hope to speak to you next week.